Hello YouTubers, how are you today? This is Scott Rideshare. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. Alright, let me tell you about what's going on here. This is a reintroduction. I had a previous channel and I had to rebrand, so I'm doing it again. I'm starting over from scratch with this new channel. And what happened was, the reason why I started this channel was I was driving a couple down to Miami, and we were having a great conversation. And what happened was, not towards the end, but yeah, we were driving, and she goes, the lady says, you know, you should write a blog. And I thought that was a pretty good idea. My problem is I don't really have a whole lot of time to write blogs. So what I was trying to do is I was trying to think along the terms of, she enjoyed our conversation. So I wanted to make this more of a conversation type thing, a little bit off the cuff. It's not really planned or scripted. It won't be edited. It's just a channel where I kind of talk about things that go on while I'm ride sharing, and hopefully give some tips on people who maybe you've had problems with passengers, maybe you've had problems with drivers, and this is a kind of a way to, you know, to hopefully get a funny story and hopefully get some insight onto the other side of the story. That's kind of the reason why I'm doing this. I have a lot of variety of interests too, and a lot of my conversations with passengers are of a variety of topics. So I may have a conversation with a passenger, I feel real excited about it, I come in and make a video about it. Okay, things of that nature. Hopefully you'll just go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. You'll take a look at the links down below. I have links to, if you want to become if you're an Uber passenger, that my advice is always to download the Lyft passenger app and compare the prices between the two, because I kind of believe that competition is good for everybody. Also, I would also say to people, if you're considering some extra part-time money, I think it's a great way to make some part-time money, quite honestly. Down below, you just fill out the links. There's referral bonuses that you get. My advice on that is that to choose one, I would say choose Uber first. Download that, become a driver with Uber, get that referral bonus, and then sign up for Lyft. And then keep the Uber app off and sign up for Lyft and get the part-time money, from Lyft, as well as the referral bonus. And then once you're done with that, you can choose which one you want to drive for. Me personally, and anyone who knows from my other channels knows that I prefer Lyft over Uber. I still have Uber on the app. I still use Uber as a driver. As a passenger, I only use Lyft, and I prefer to drive for Lyft. But anyway, this is a way for you to get both the bonus referrals, and then you could, kind of pick and choose what's yours. One of the great things about doing it as a part-time income is that you don't have a boss. Like if you're working your regular job and you have a second job to pay off a bill or save up for vacation or whatever it is you're doing, you kind of have to report when they tell you to report. They put you on a schedule. You have to call in sick if you don't want to show up. What's good is you don't have a boss. You just go do it. You need the money, you go out and do the money. Do the work. You get the money. It's quite invigorating. It's freeing. It's one of the best things about it. So anyway, in my first video in my old channel, I answered a question that a lot of people have when they get in my car, and the question is, who is your drunkest passenger? Now, I don't really drive late at night to get a lot of drunk passengers. When I get drunk passengers, it would generally be on either early Saturday morning or early Sunday morning, when somebody had been drinking all night, if you catch my drift. Also, there are times when people start drinking during the day, and by 7:30 they're totally sloshed. So the video that I made was really kind of horrible. It was my first video. I didn't know what I was doing. I just turned the camera on and hit record and just went with it. Then I just went ahead and posted it because my idea was that it's unedited and unscripted. So I'm going to retell that story again. Now, since the time that I posted that video, this lady may no longer be my worst or my drunkest passenger, if you catch my drift. But she's still quite memorable. It's a good story, and I hope you all like it if you've never heard it before. And if you have heard it before, stick around. I hope you listen to it and laugh again, okay? So this is a story that happened 2017 during the spring break time last year. And what happened was I get this call, and I go to pick this person up. And I'm still new to Rideshare at this point. Brand spanking new. I'm not even sure if I was doing it a month yet. And I go to pick her up, and I pull into this parking lot, and I see two ladies there, and they say goodbye to each other. And as one is getting into my side, my passenger side, there's another lady saying, please take care of her. I called this Uber for her. Please take care of her. She's precious cargo. And I said, oh, no worries. I'll take care of her. And I started the trip. And before we even got out of the parking lot, I realized this woman was drunk. I mean, she was really drunk. So I asked her to put on a seatbelt. And, she's having a hard time doing that. And she's telling me, take Bayview. And anyone who drives in Broward knows that Bayview is a great street. It's one of those side roads where you don't have to deal with all of the traffic. And a lot of locals love taking Bayview. Now, at the time, I had already taken Bayview, but I wasn't sure exactly how to get there from where I was. And I wasn't going to rely on my passenger directing me there. So I said to her, listen, I'm going to go ahead and follow the navigation system if that's okay with you. And she was like, okay. She was out of it, So we start driving, and we come to a point where I have to turn north. And she's going, no, go this way. And she's telling me to go southwest. So I said to her, but you live over here. I said the street. You live on this street, and isn't that north of here? And she goes, oh yeah, that's right. So we turned north. Anyway, I thought that was funny. We turned north, right? We get to a light, and at the light, I could see her staring at me, right? And she goes, you're awesome. And I looked over and I said, oh, thank you. And she said, and I looked back at the light, she said, shut up. And I started cracking up. And I looked over at her, and I'm looking for an expression like she's laughing or something so we can kind of laugh together. And she's looking at me with the blankest expression I've ever seen. And I'm like, okay. So I kind of shut up. And I started driving. So we get to a street, and I turn into a street. And she tells me, go this way. And I go that way, and she goes, no, it's back this way. So, we turn the car around, and I get her into a street. And she reaches over, and she gives me a hug. And I'm like, okay. So I give her a hug back, and I said, thank you, have a good night. Meanwhile, she's got the car door open at this time, and she's picking up her shoes. One was in the foot of the car, and the other one was out on the ground. And she's reaching down for it as I said, have a good night. And she says, don't tell me how to live my life. And again, it was toneless, it was expressionless, no blank, nothing like that. And I was cracking up at this point. I couldn't help it. I didn't know if she was mad at me or not, but I couldn't help it. Anyway, she says, have a good night, and she closes the door, and she leaves. And I drove off. And as I was leaving, I was cracking up. I just couldn't help it. I thought that was just so bizarre. And my thought process on that is that she has these responses that, she says to people. You say, have a nice day, and she says, don't tell me how to live my life. A variation on that is don't tell me what to do. And it's, it's a joke. Nobody really means anything by it. So I think that's what it was. I think that she was just She was so drunk, she was giving her canned responses, but she didn't have the capacity to give any inflections in her voice or any expressions on her face because she was just out of it. She may not even know how she got home last night, or the night, the next morning when she woke up, she probably didn't know how she got home. Anyway, that's one of my favorite drunk stories. I love to tell that story. And when people tell me about drunk people in my car, that's one of the ones I like to tell. So anyway, this is Scott Rideshare. And if you like the video, please subscribe to my channel, share it, make some comments, tell me what you think about what's going on. And I want to say thank you very much, and you have a great day.